Hello everybody, Konadra here. Welcome back to F1 2018. It's time for Singapore. I don't want this track to beat me again. I've been defeated by this place so many times. But today, I'm already feeling defeated and we haven't even got out on track for Q1. It's just been a train wreck. I couldn't complete any of the practice programs in perfect, and I only got 3 of them in good, and the car just, it's not responding to anything that I ask it to do. I have no idea what to do differently. I'm in Q1 right now because I am not sure we're going to get out. I hate to do it, but I'm going to go out here and do a Q1 lap.
There's only a few cars out on track.
Shut up, Jeff.
You should consider getting out there.
I'm going to do a Q1 lap with no commentary because I gotta focus. I don't want to not make it out of Q1. That would just be an embarrassment. I'm already embarrassed and I haven't even started qualifying. Hey. I need a personal trainer. I need somebody to like hold my hand and tell me how to get around this place. I did homework too. I even watched YouTube videos of hot lap people doing fast times around here. I just don't get it. Here we go. Please turn. Please turn. Please turn. Section wasn't too bad. Probably too much curb. Okay. Well, so far we still have a front wing. These are the 2 hardest turns in the track for me. I just absolutely can't see where this one is. It's just a sea of red banners. Here we go. Okay, if that wasn't enough to get us out of Q1, then, I don't know, fire me, I guess. Oh man, I was 7/10 down on Magnussen's early lap, so it's not certain. We'll see. Alright, well we dropped down to P12, so we did make it through Q1, but it looks very unlikely we're going to make it through Q2. I'm willing to give it another try, but my gut feeling is, with the AI level that we're at, I simply won't be able to compete here. I don't know if it's a balance issue, if the AI are just obnoxiously superhuman here or what, but a 135, I did 30 minutes straight of basically qualifying runs and never got anywhere near that, so I don't know what to say. Here we go, Q2 lap. And give it all the beans. Everything I've got. Go. Understeer there. Whether I hit the curb or not, I'm going to use the curb to get it to rotate. It just says nope. Slow. Oh. pretty clean, so it's probably slow. Gosh, I can't find this stupid turn. I was way too early on the brakes this time. This one's bad too, because it's just a sea of red. If it's some kind of flaw with my vision or something? I don't know. .374, it's basically the same time. I doubt that's going to be good enough or any better. Well, I gave it my all. I was everything I have, so. Well.
Hello and welcome one and all to the shining streets of Singapore. Can you believe we've been coming here for nearly a decade now? It
Feels like a century.
Only yesterday that Felipe Massa was dragging his fuel hose down the pit lane in that eventful opening race, and in a Grand Prix won from pole position more often than not. Will we see a new victor crowned today? So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo. A strong showing from the Australian. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Alonso, Sainz, Hülkenberg, Leclerc and Esteban Ocon, Magnussen, Red, Stoffel Van Dorn and Perez, Hartley, Gasly, Lance Stroll and Sergei Sorokin, Ericsson and Kimi Raikkonen rounds off the grid.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
What can I do? So, interestingly, it started to pour right after our Q2 run, and myself and Magnussen both got caught out. Neither of us made it to Q3, so we're starting right in the middle of the pack together. That should be fun. Looks like we're gonna go from the Ultras to the Supers? No, the Hypers to the Ultras. Sure, one of those things. We have a lot of fuel on board. That seems like too much. It goes pretty much without saying. As you can see here, this is going to be our final 25% race of the season. I don't know what to say about the way this is going so far. I'm going to try and scrap for some points here, try to keep the nose clean. But I think for what is probably going to be our third season, we might have to review some things to try and figure out what the deal is with the balance here, because things just don't quite seem right to me. But we'll leave that for the future. Let's try and do something with today. Alright, the good news is we're starting the inside lane. We could potentially shoot the gap to the inside here and grab at least a position. And just one. Well, it's better than none, but I didn't quite clear him. Oh, now I did. Alright. Starts of these races. Always pretty messy. I have a general plan. I have an idea of what I could do here, but it's going to take some real patience to do it, and it's going to take a little bit of luck. And that is, I want to spend these first few laps just treating the cars around me as training wheels, guide me around the place, keep me from
That's a strong start.
messing up. And then I want to pit a lap earlier than everybody else, because all of these cars running nose to tail are doing times way slower than they ultimately could. So I'm hoping if I can get out here on track and clean runnings, then I will have the ability to undercut at least one or two cars and move up to a more respectable position. the only option I can think of that I have, really. I honestly do feel like there is some kind of balance issue here, because season after season, this is what happens. Practice and qualifying, they absolutely dominate, outrun me, do times that I don't feel like I physically can do. And then in the race, suddenly the paces drop back to a range that's quite doable for me. My undoing is usually my ineptitude to drive this place and not go off track. Oh, hello, Florida Thunderstorm. Boy, it's been a minute since I've heard thunder. We've not had any thunderstorms basically all winter. Well, let's hope the power doesn't go out like mid-race or anything, because running this race twice is a timeline that I don't want to live in. It should be obvious that this pack is just super slow together.
Green flag.
I'm sorry, what?
Virtual safety car deployed.
Ooh,
Slow down
VSC.
and maintain a positive delta. Virtual safety car is deployed.
VSC. Does that screw us here?
Pits at the end of this lap.
Okay, let's see how many people pit here. I'm worried Magnussen's gonna go in. Hopefully I called for it first. Oh, nobody. Why am I clear? Huh, nobody pit with me. I would have figured there had been a ton of cars on pit road right now. Am I dumb?
Virtual safety car is ending.
Okay.
Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
This-
Exit now.
This seems like an amazing opportunity for us. But I don't know.
Pit strategy complete. See these tires through to the end now.
Either I've just done an incredibly smart thing, or I've done an incredibly dumb thing. I don't know which side of that I live on.
Straight now. DRS has been enabled.
That was the shortest VSC I've ever seen. So the question is, can I run this track on my own faster than that group of cars was running? The other question, of course, can I make these tires last to the end of the race? Can I make these tires end? Yes, I can. That I am confident in.
We're accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode.
That was the dumbest place to try and do that. That's not going to help our time here. The other thing I hope is that, pitting by myself, I will have been much faster on and off pit road than they were, and also I didn't lose as much time as they will, because half of that sequence was under VSC and they were at reduced pace. So in my mind, if I don't mess this up, this should be a net gain of a few positions for us. But that's just in my mind, which is not always the smartest of places. Let's see if we run a green delta at all this lap. It seems like we should be able to. I mean, there's half a second right there. Now the tires are up to temperature. Give it some power. Running in rich mix. Should be able to run times pretty darn close to the leaders right now. Well, let me reduce expectation here as the guy that just brushed to the wall. I should be able to, in strategic theory, do that. In talent theory, no. But at the end of the day, I should be running quicker than that mid-pack right now. That's all we need to do. Currently, I have a delta 1.8 seconds faster this lap. That's the guy actually running fast laps. On the good tire, out on his own. And skill. My training wheels are gone, though. I miss my training wheels. Hey, we've done it!
Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race.
Put that one in the record books. Pone E. Dodger runs fastest lap for one portion of the Singapore Grand Prix. That was probably it. That was probably the fastest lap I will run. But you would think I would be undercutting like crazy right now. The second challenge will come from keeping the tires on the car. Well, there goes a lot of that time we had gained. Hopefully it's not all of it. Boy, it stepped out real weird on me there. I mean, we're catching the end of the pack. That seems to me like...
Gap to car in front is 10.8 seconds.
like we did undercut pretty wildly here. But maybe that's just hilarious optimism. I feel like I need to dial myself back a little. I'm getting these rear tires too hot. Ease it up. Alright, there's cars on pit road now.
Perez is stopping now.
I see a Mercedes we're passing. I see a Mercedes we've just passed. Are we going to be... No, we're not in the race lead. We are currently, though, in between Vettel and Hamilton. If these tires last to the end of the race, that was the smartest thing I've ever done. If these tires don't last to the end of the race, that was really not a wise thing that I've done. I'm even willing to shed a position or two here to save these tires if need be. I do think running behind someone would help. Can I put my training wheels back on, please? I feel pretty confident that those cars behind me will catch me.
Kevin is in for his stop.
Boy, that's... I'm worried that he's gonna really be screwed by this. I think he was out there an extra lap and stuck in traffic. There's the other Mercedes. We're racing on the exit here. Bottas is probably who we're going to be fighting for podium with. Podium. Oh, that's wildly
Vettel's
unexpected.
Just moved into first place.
So it's Vettel, Danny Rick, me, then Bottas, and Hamilton. Well, we know Danny Rick's going to have a DNF at some point in this race. Although he's in leading, so I guess it's a little less likely. happy with how unstable the rear feels this run. He says, understeering wildly. Yeah, I need my training wheels back.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.7 seconds.
Soon. So I'm starting to have that problem I had last season where I was cooking the rear tires uncontrollably. Pretty crazy that I'm running the pace that I'm running and it's still just endlessly building rear tire heat. I've even moved my brake bias a lot forward from last season. I saw Magnussen on the map there. Looks like he actually gained some spots in the sequence. That's good. That's a positive. It is so hard to pass here that this group of cars behind me is going to get incredibly bottlenecked by me. That was an understeering moment and a half. Here goes one. Nice and clean. Let's try and use him as our training wheels. Tow me along, please. That only works if the car will grip enough to do the same times they're doing. With 2 more laps on my tires than them, that might be difficult. The only turn I outpaced them at, right there. Oh yeah, I forgot about DRS, that'll help. Even with my training wheels, I almost missed that turn. Boy, I drove it into there. The way they scoot out of those tight turns is truly infuriating. I just don't understand how it happens. We did touch him quite a bit through there. So I can see that it had a negative effect. Look at those rear temps climbing back up into the hundreds. What? I'm sorry, what? Really? Not that crap again. I don't even know where that was. I'm looking so far ahead of me on track.
The distance to the leader is 10.5 seconds. Gap to teammate behind is 4.1 seconds.
Wow. For as brilliant as my strategy ended up being, Magnussen's done just about as well. His is pace though. He had the fastest car here. He ran so quick in practice. He should be able to pass a couple cars here, I think. Bottas turned up a wick here all of a sudden. Boy, that car tried to do some weird oversteering through there.
Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
I've done it. Well, maybe my wick burned out is what it was. I feel like I'm slip sliding around all of a sudden. I'm out of DRS range. No good. Yep. Push to get back there for the back straightaway, or this mid straightaway, whatever it is. The DRS zone, you know which one. Not quite. I thought I did it, but not quite.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Bottas just lock him up into there? Or was that me? Somebody did. Big skid mark. I want off of this roller coaster. My heart. No, yep, I can't my heart is going so fast right now from that. I literally can't even focus.
Right, so we've been looking at the damage, and we think you should be okay to continue. It'll cost a bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race.
Thanks, Jeff. The way the car's driving, we probably needed to take some front downforce off the thing. Maybe not quite in that fashion, but you know what I'm saying.
The turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
The only thing on its last legs here is me, Jeff. Got my heart back to a regular rhythm, I think. Yeah, the damage doesn't seem to be too bad. If anything, it has gotten rid of a little bit of that random snap oversteer we were having.
Okay, gap to leader, 13.8 seconds.
Feels like maybe I've heard it in the braking zones more than anything.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Ow, she got back to DRS zone there. What an adjustment. Active aero adjustment right there. Bulldoze those curbs.
Vettel's the race leader.
Thanks for the info. Surely they're gonna take away my fast lap. Probably last
Gap
lap.
behind is 2.6 seconds.
Really? I guess I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong there. Is some vague white line on the exit of the track right there off track? Is that what's going on? Probably gonna end up with a penalty by the end of this. On a city course like this, the off-track zone should be those concrete things on the side of the
We're leading
track.
our teammate by 3.5 seconds.
That should be the off-track zone. I'm serious when I say knocking that front wing off seriously helped the balance of this car. Maybe that's something I should look into for the next time I'm here, is running a bigger offset of downforce. So I'm only running a one-step right now, one more rear than front. Or maybe I just crapped my pants so much that I changed the weight distribution of the car. That's probably more likely. So honestly, right now it's starting to feel like maybe the front tires are
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
giving out on me a little bit. See it. Understeer pretty bad right there.
This is your final lap of the race.
I don't know if it's even really worth trying to close in on Hamilton here. I guess I might as well. Never know when that point might matter later in the season. Actually, a few points at this point of the field, or this part of the field. But don't crash, please. No need for that. Boy, Verstappen really made a run for it here. Too late. Feels like he kind of missed his apex or something, is why I ran up on him so hard. Get out of here with your fireworks. Not quite. Okay. Alright. I'll take that.
We're all a bit gutted with that result. Let's work hard and we'll get it together.
I'm
for the
gonna
next
gut
race.
you, Jeff. I am gonna gut you. Was this race worth
A
the
great
amount
win then for
of
the
lifespan
Maranello team
getting
today.
removed from me? I hope so. I hope so.
And Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
I feel like consistency was probably the key.
They didn't
today.
crap their
There's being
pants.
quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium. And as the drivers make
Well,
their
that
way
looks a
out,
little bit more
there's a familiar red
standard.
suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
My arms literally hurt from being tense. That was just a 25% race.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Red increases their championship lead. Moving on to the driver of the day then.
Oh, that's
Anthony
close.
Davidson, who would you go for?
I have to give it to Red. That was a commanding performance today. Very
Yeah.
impressive indeed.
On to the constructors then. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today.
Boo.
Their lead has taken a significant blow. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
Who will do it? Maybe us. It wasn't gonna be us here. Oh man. Yeah, I'm legitimate. Like, my wrists hurt from that. That was wild. I mean, the move of the race for us was 100% pitting under the VNC. I would have been in nowhere near this position without that. But did make the most of it. Didn't completely bend the car, even though I did crap my pants and then get so distraught that I clipped the wall. But who knew the clip in the wall was going to be the change to the car it needed? It legitimately felt better after that. I am not kidding. I am not kidding at all. Alright, well, that was Singapore. And that was the last of the 25% races, and it was the last of the tracks that I just circle as not gonna happen tracks. So we're almost done with those. Or, you know, we are done with those, and now it's just time to seal the deal. Seal the deal. I think our biggest threat is that car right in front of us right now. We'll see how that goes. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.